Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another vid. Today is going to be an engagement Q&A. Are you for real? Like, I literally can't believe that we're recording this. It's so weird. But anyway, yeah, I'm basically just going to tell you guys like the story, insert any like little footage and stuff that I have to kind of like piece together how we got engaged, like how it happened and stuff, because it's so cute. I love it so much. It literally is perfect, like how it all happened. It's literally exactly what I would have wanted to get me. Con literally nailed it.
Day of your life, and it's about to get better.
Finally, yeah.
Lads, I got the video
this
going.
time. Oh, perfect. Oh, stop the bally credit. Left it in the bag out. Put it in the ground.
Yeah, I will kind of piece together the story for you guys so that it makes a bit more sense, because I've shared bits but I don't know if it is that clear and stuff like that. And then like the story of like Con telling my dad and stuff is pretty funny. I have a lot of questions as well. I asked you guys if you've got any questions, so I'll also answer them if I don't already answer them in the question or in the kind of story, if you get me. So to fill in the blanks, I've got like videos of my family arriving just after we had kind of like after Con had asked me, would you marry him, and I said yeah. I can't even remember it. It was so weird. It was like, maybe I'll just go back to the very start. I'll just go back to the start. I'll actually go back to before I even knew, I think, and just like tell you guys about like Con and my parents and stuff knowing. Anyway, okay, so I think it was like probably like 10 days before, it was Christmas Eve that we got engaged on, by the way, so 10 days before that. Me and Con, I think it was like the day before we got Honey, our dog, and I was like, oh, I thought I was off that day because I didn't think I had something on, but I did in the end. So I was like planning on going off to get a new bed and all of that for Honey, and I was like, I think I actually vlogged that day, but I was like, yeah, I don't know if I should like go off and then get that or whatever. And then I found out that I was working, so I was like, oh well, I was gonna go somewhere around where I live, and then I was like, oh no, I'll go up towards where my mum and dad live, because that's where I had the work thing on. So I decided to go up there instead, and luckily I texted Con and was like, oh, I'm gonna just go up there before I go to work, because like usually like he was in work, I might not have said it, you get me? I want to just like tell them what I did later on that day. But anyway, I was like, oh, I'm gonna go up now to have a look at like get a dog bed and all of that stuff that we needed for Honey. So then, and like a lead and collar and everything. So I was like, I think I'll probably call in to my parents maybe, or like leave the dog there while I go to the shop. Do you get me? I was like debating if I should bring the dog or leave him at home, and then I think I ended up just leaving Bob at home because it was easier, and it wasn't for that long anyway because Con was off early and stuff. But then he ended up having to go into town, and Bob was actually on his own for so long that day. That was like the longest he's been on his own, but he was absolutely grand, like nothing at all. He was just chilling. I think he was just asleep on the couch literally the whole time. But anyway, so yeah, we went, so I went there, and then Con was like, oh, he must have been like, shit, because he wanted to call into my dad to ask him that day, because he told me he was going into town to like, I think he was like going to like send back, no, not send back, going to like see if he could sell some of these books that were his granddad's that he thought were worth a good bit. So he was going in there, he had like an appointment or whatever, he told me. And then I was like, okay, cool. So then he was like, oh well, I'm finished work early, so I'll meet you in Cardiff Wines for lunch or whatever. So then I was like, oh yeah, cool. So then we did that, and I went to the pet shop and everything, so it was all grand. So I didn't have time then to go to my parents, so he said that he literally just had to make sure that we met for lunch and like make sure that I wasn't going home and stuff, and like make sure that I was going straight there. And I remember him like, so how are you gonna get to blah 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 where I was going and stuff from here, and like he was like, when do you leave, are you gonna go straight and stuff? And I was like, obviously I thought nothing of it, so I was just like, okay, grand. And yeah, I was completely oblivious, like I had literally no idea. But anyway, he went up to my dad then because he knew we were in my parents the day before. It was a Monday, so over the weekend we were with my parents, and my dad was like, oh, I don't have much work to do tomorrow. My dad works for himself. He's like, I'm just gonna work on the car, because he's got like a new car. He's putting like loads of his old car onto his new car and stuff, because his old car was in bits, so now he's got a different one, and he's like putting everything onto his new one. So he's like, it's a little project for him that he loves. So he was like telling Con what he was gonna do the next day. He was like putting the whole new bumper and stuff on, so he knew it would take him like all day. So he's like, he'll hopefully be there, but he was like trying to get him before he went to collect my brother from school and all that. So because he knew that he'd be collecting my brother from school, so he was trying to get there before he'd done that and stuff. So he got there, and my dad was like, I literally have 40 minutes to get this done before I go and collect James from school. And Con was like, shit. And then Con was just like helping him with the car, and then after like ages my dad was like, you don't have to be standing here, because Con was like, oh, I'm just gonna park here and get the Lewis into town to bring my granddad's books in or whatever, which like that's grand, like that's completely normal. My dad was just like, cool, yeah, because like we live right beside the Lewis. So then after like, I don't know, a good while of helping my dad was like, anyway, you better get going, you don't need to be helping me, like. And then Con was like, actually I'm here to see you, Bo. And then my dad was like, oh. And then I think they went inside, I don't know, or else maybe he just said it, but my dad said that he was just like, I want to ask Emma to marry me, and then he was just like, oh, very good. And then I think that was it really. I don't think, my dad was like, I don't think he really asked me, but he asked me in a roundabout way, so it's okay. So yeah, and then obviously Con went into town and all that stuff, and I don't know if it was that day that he got the ring. He might have been able to pick it up then, I'm not 100% on that, but like before that he had to go in to get it. It's in a place in town. We're actually going in 2 days time to get it resized because it's quite big. But yes, then I think probably like a week or two before that he got his Christmas party, so he went to get the ring that way, but Eva went with him. Eva's a sister, but she's also my best friend. They literally knew exactly what I wanted, because we always would just show each other like what we liked and stuff like that. Like for years we've done that. Pretty sure before I was even with Con, like we'd just talk about that. You get me, like say if someone we followed got engaged, we'd like, oh, that's a nice ring, and then like we'd end up talking about, well, one's nice or whatever. So yeah, you better believe she knew what I wanted. And thank God. Hello, who was that?
Coffee before we go.
I might bring it with me.
Yeah, do you want to put it in the thing?
Yeah, please. I knew you were creeping up the stairs, so I was uneasy for the last 5 minutes.
I was like, when can I
hate
interrupt
that.
you, like?
I would just edit it out, so I'm gonna have to edit it also. It's okay. You'll be. You're so funny. Where was I? So yeah, then I think you went in a while before that. That was like, I don't know, when was that, like mid sort of December, so probably like a week before that, I don't know. Anyway, all of this is done without me knowing as well, I'm telling you. So they went in, and even only like a few days before it all happened, me and Aoife were getting her hair done. A girl comes to my house and does both her hair. So Aoife was over and she was like, are you engaged yet to me, the hairdresser? And I was like, no, because we were talking about weddings. And then she was like, oh, do you think he'll like ask you for advice and stuff before to Aoife? And Aoife was like, yeah, I hope he would. But like they'd already been in to see the ring and everything, because it like took a while. They have to like bake it and stuff. So yeah, she already knew, but she actually played it out so well, because I was like, God, I remember thinking, oh right, he definitely hasn't asked her then, because she really like seemed like she didn't know if he would ask her. Do you get me? I was like, she was really good. She acted out very, very well. So yeah, that was all of like the backstory when I didn't have any clue at all. And then the day of, it was Christmas Eve, so we went up. We live in Wicklow now. It's only like half an hour from where our parents live anyway, but we decided to go up for Christmas. It's our first like, well, we lived down here last Christmas, but we'd only moved in the week before Christmas, so we weren't even fully moved in yet. We only slept here like 2 nights or something, I think, before Christmas. And then we went up, and yeah, so our plan was to go up on the 23rd, and then yeah, I think we were just going up to make the most of it really. And then on the 24th, which is Christmas Eve, Con told me that we were going like really early to his granny's for like a breakfasty type thing with like his aunties and stuff, and he was like, oh, my auntie can only do really early, so it's really early in the morning, so we'll stay in my parents, like in his parents, on the 23rd, and then we can just like get ready there and go over to my granny's, because it's like down the road from him. So I was like, yeah, cool. So then he was like, oh yeah, we'll get up really early and go for a nice walk. I was like, I just love walking around this area so much and stuff, which is true. We do love going for walks around that area and stuff, and we always like, well, lately we always like talk about how much of a dream it would be to live in like Killiney and Dalkey, but it's just so impossible nowadays. It's so expensive. It's really got ridiculous. But yeah, we always like kind of joke, but also like want to live at least like close to there in the future, so we always kind of talk about that, and we always go for walks around there and just like dream at all the like mansions and stuff. So I was like, yeah, sure. So I was thinking more like that he wanted to get the dogs out early, because Bob like needs to get out, like he needs his exercise, he needs it, let me tell you. So yeah, I was like, oh, he probably just wants to try out the dogs a bit and stuff, and like we're up early anyway, especially because we're sleeping, their house is so full at the moment because I've got someone staying with them, so we were literally sleeping like downstairs on like a pull-out couch, so we were going to be woken up so early anyway, because our godchild Ella lives there, so she always like comes in and wakes us up, and she gets up at like 7 or 8, so we were expected to be up early anyway. And then I think he said that we needed to go to his granny's for like 10 or something like that, and he was like maybe 9:30 and stuff, and he kept been very, but I thought nothing of it until that morning, like until Christmas Eve morning, and not even until like probably half an hour before we left, maybe 15 minutes before we left, I felt a bit weird, because yeah, I don't know, I didn't think anything of it. I just thought we were going to her house, do you get me? And then when it got closer to the time, I was like, I'm been rushed out of here. I haven't even had a glass of water. I remember like, God, I'm going for a big walk now and I haven't even had a glass of water. But I was like, oh, it's grand, thank God we're going to her house for like a breakfast thing. So I was like, fine. Didn't even have a cup of coffee, went out for a walk, and I can't be surviving on that. But anyway, I remember like, I think I was like, oh, but we're going there, I kind of want to do my makeup, because he was like, you ready to go? And it was like 8:30 or 9. I was like, nah, well, I'm ready, like I'm showered, but kind of wanted to do a bit of makeup, like just a little bit. And then I did my makeup, and probably took me like 10-15, I don't know, I was just sitting on the couch downstairs doing it. But I remember everyone was kind of coming in and out to me and stuff, and comms kind of like disappearing, and I was like, I was probably like whatever, getting the dogs ready. And then I was like, oh, the dogs are coming with us, and he was like, no, we can't really bring them, because then we can't bring them to our granny, so we'll have to go straight and stuff like that now. So it's kind of like a bit weird that he doesn't want to bring the dogs. I think that kind of started me being a bit like anxious. I even feel a bit like sick now talking about it, because I'm like getting the feelings back. It's so weird, it's really and I've spoken about it so many times, but for some reason now I'm just like reliving it. That's really weird. But anyway, I was doing my makeup and I kind of just started to feel a bit nervous. I was kind of like, shit, is he gonna? Do you get me? I was kind of like, no, I don't think so. You know, you kind of just try to push it out of your head, and now kind of more in like hindsight, I'm kind of like, a lot of things added up, but I think at the time I was still kind of like, God, don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up, don't get your hopes up. But anyway, then I was so nervous even the whole drive down. It wasn't even far, it's so close. But he drove to, we were gonna go for a walk, and he was like, oh, it's just easier if we have the car because then we can go straight to hers after and stuff, which like we also would not do. So it was a little bit, you know, different. But anyway, I still didn't really think that much of that. And then when I got out of the car, he like came around, and I was, because it was kind of in my head already, I was kind of like looking, and he was kind of like fixing his pockets and stuff, and I was kind of like, is he rooting around? But anyway, and then he was like, he just like grabbed my hand and we were just like walking, but like we never usually go for like a walk and like hold hands, like rare, you know. But yeah, he grabbed my hand and he said it was because he didn't want me to put my hand in his pocket, because like, you know, if you're cold and you definitely like put your hand, I'd definitely put my hand in his pocket if I'm cold because I've got such cold hands. So he was just holding my hand, like making sure that I didn't put my hand in his pocket. And then like, he parked so close, so it was Sorrento Park in Dalkey that we went up to. It was just a little like small, it's not even really a park, it's just like got a little like viewpoint, so you kind of go up the hill and then it has a little like viewpoint thing at the top. And lots of times we've gone up there, and like especially lately, but also before we even lived in Wicklow, when we lived there, we'd often go there and just like have like a look around like the views and like be like, wow, it's so nice. Like, but even in the last while, I think since we've got older and stuff, we're like really appreciating little things like that, you get me, like views and stuff that like I didn't really care for when I was younger. I'm like, wow. But anyway, yeah, we were like just up there like daydreaming only like a week or two before at the weekend, and then some other weekend I remember being up there. Like if we go for a walk, we do often go up there to have a look, but like not always, you get me. And like he'd usually be like, do you want to go up there? You get me? Like it's usually more chilled, but he really just grabbed my hand. And then when we got to like the little like entrance into the park, he was just like whipped in, and I remember kind of being like, oh, I think it might be happening, but I was really trying to not get my hopes up. And then when I went like up the, like we were just walking up, but we were still holding hands the whole time. And then we got up to the top, I was like, oh, I'll take a picture of the view and stuff. And then I was kind of like, oh no, it's a bit chills, I don't know what's going on here, I don't know what's going to happen. And then I was like, oh Jesus. And then but I still felt so anxious, like I felt sick. I was like, God, I feel like I need to go to the bathroom. I feel so nervous when we were walking up the hill. And he was just like, I don't know what he said, he was just like, really, or something, I can't even remember, it's all such a blur. And then when we were up at the like viewpointy bit, I was like taking a photo, and he was like behind me, and he said he was like just like fixing his jeans and stuff so that he could get down on one knee. But I just kind of thought he was like rustling around fixing his jacket and stuff. I was like, oh, I don't know what he's up to, maybe he is, maybe he isn't. And then it was still a few minutes, so I was kind of like, oh, I don't think it is happening. And then he was just like, I think we were just like standing there kind of like face to face, and we were probably had like our arms around each other or something, and he was just like, I can't remember, but he was just, I can't even remember what he said now, but he said he had loads that he wanted to say, but he only said a couple of things. And then I was like, I'm just gonna do it. God love him, but I'm so happy I don't have to do that. Or I'd hate to have to propose to someone. But anyway, then yeah, he was, I can't remember what he said, he was just like, oh, you make me so happy. And I think he like started off and like, oh, I can't wait till we live back here, because like that's, like I was saying, that's like a kind of like, we always talk about that and stuff like that, and like dream of that's the goal for us. And he's just kind of like saying, oh, you make me like really happy and all of that, like that type of thing. Probably like, I can't wait for the future, stuff like that. I genuinely can't even remember the rest, but he said a few nice things. And then oh yeah, all of a sudden he was kind of just dead, isn't he? And I didn't even remember it happening. Like I was kind of just like, it was like a dream. It was literally like an out of body experience. And like I said that to Con afterwards, that it was like that. And then since then, anytime that I see any engagement things and like people are describing how it is, they've said that. It's so weird, it feels like not real. But yeah, so it's like, it was, yeah, I was just kind of looking down, and then I don't know if it went on for long enough, but I felt like he was down there for ages, and I was just kind of looking down at him, and like everything around was kind of like blurry, do you get me? Like it was like, I was just like, what is this? And I was like to him afterwards, did you even get down on one knee? Because I was looking at him there and I didn't even know if he was down on one knee or not, but I was looking down at him, so he was, now that I think back to it. But like, it's all just so weird, it's such a blur. I kind of wish that I had recorded, but also it's nice that like only me and him were there, to get me. So yeah, then he was just like, will you marry me, I think, and I was just like, yeah, I will. And then I think that's it. I think we kind of just, he stood up and then we were just hugging, and then my family were walking up the hill there, because some of them took pictures of us like hugging, so I think it was straight after. And then I just turned around and they were all like walking up the hill. It was so nice. It was like my mom, my dad, my brothers, my granny. It was so cute. I'm so cute, I feel like crying. Yeah, and then Con's family came up like literally like a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, I don't know, not long at all. And then yeah, they were all there. They were like waiting. Con said they were there for a while because he was I was delaying everything, do my makeup and stuff. So yeah, then after that, that was it really. We had like champagne. Con's mom brought up, I think Eve brought up a big bottle of Prosecco or champagne, and then his mom had like little plastic Prosecco glasses, and then we had a little glass of Prosecco up there. And then we went back to Connor's parents and had like cupcakes and like a coffee and a drink and stuff. So yeah, that was it. It was so nice. It was so nice having our family there. Oh, I feel like he just got it so right. Like, it's just the most important thing. I'm actually tearing up now, but yeah. And also one of the, I think that's all that I need to go through. But oh, also another thing in hindsight was, Eve asked me to get my nails done, and then they were so chipped, like so bad. I'm never going back to the place we went, but they were so chipped after like a day, so she was like, oh, I'll fix them for you, no problem. And then when we went up on the 23rd, I remember coming like, oh, will you fix Emma's nails now? And I was around like, Jesus, like I can ask myself, I've literally been best friends with her for 10 years. I was like, Jesus. But he definitely just wanted them to be fixed because he knew I'd want nice nails for showing off my ring. So yeah, I'm gonna just get into the questions now, I think, because I could blab on forever and ever, and Con's waiting for me to give him a lift out, so I better not. So yeah, the first question that I got today was, did you cry? And I actually didn't. I don't think I did at the time, and I thought I'd be a blubbering mess. Like, I always say to Con, like, on our wedding day I will not be able to breathe, because even we went to someone else's wedding recently and I was literally like, I had a lump in my throat the whole time trying not to bawl. Like, I literally was so emotional. So yeah, I was really trying not to at that wedding. But actually I think I was in too much shock to cry, and I think I might cry at different, I don't know, it's weird. I cry at a lot of things, like stupid things on the TV and stuff, but then it also depends on the day, you know. Some days I'll cry over everything, and then other days like something big could happen and I'm fine. So yeah, I don't know, it could have been a lucky day for me, got me on a non-emotional day. But yeah, I didn't cry. I did have like a few little tears in my eye, I think, afterwards, like when I saw my like family and stuff and saw them at like a tear. Now I was kind of tearing up a little bit. My dad cried the whole way up. My brother said he literally, and my mom said as well, he literally cried the whole way up the like hill up to us. Like from the car up, bless him, he's so emotional, I can't. Oh my god, actually that reminds me, I didn't even tell you that part. So when after Con asked my dad, my mom was in work, so my dad obviously rang her then straight away and was like telling her about what he did in the car and stuff, probably just because he was trying, I don't know, he probably was not saying it because he felt that he'd be emotional. So say he was like, she said he was talking for ages about like the work that he did on the car when he rang, before actually telling her what Con had asked her, but what Con had asked him. But yeah, so then he was like, oh, actually Con came to see me today, and then he was just like silence after that. My mum said it, and he says I started choking up. So then he was crying and he couldn't stop, he couldn't get his words out. So my mum was just like, what happened? Because obviously like Connor, she was like thinking that something happened to me or whatever, and she was like panicking, and my dad was like, no, it's good. That was all that he could get out. And then it took another few minutes to like get himself together and like tell her, and then she was like, oh, that's great. And then my Con had said to my dad, oh, I might call in later and show you the ring. So I think he must have been picking up the ring that day that he went in with the books as well. So unless he already picked it up, I think it might have been that day. So he came back then and my dad was there, and he made sure that my mom got home. My dad was like, oh, I don't think she'll be home from work till 7 tonight, and then Con got there at like 5 or half 5 and she was home. So Con was like, I think she must have actually left work and came home when your dad told her. So then yeah, I think he just went over, probably had a cup of coffee or whatever, and showed them the ring and chilled with them for a while I was at work. And then that was it. He told me he was in town for ages, but he must have been there because he was like, oh, I'm still in town. I remember at like 5 and stuff, and I was like, shit, the dog's at home, and on his own for ages, but it was in work, so there's nothing I could do about it. But anyway, yeah, that was it really. I can't be dealing. It's so emotional. Next question: could you tell he was being off that day or the day before, like nerves? Yeah, I've already kind of answered that, so I couldn't, like, I didn't sense his nerves at all until that half an hour before, and I think I started to feel so nervous because I was probably just picking up on his nervous energy. We spent so much time together, like I probably would pick up on that, but I didn't really understand that I didn't think that he was, but I could still feel it, you get me, because I really felt like sick with nerves that day, so I was definitely picking up on it. I'm such a like emotional person. I feel like I really feel people's emotions as well. But yeah, I also did have like a few, I kind of had that small idea of it as well, so I was a bit anxious anyway, kind of like over that. So yeah, like I said, it was only like the half an hour before that I kind of started to think maybe, but he wasn't really showing his nerves, although Eva said that he was literally like pacing around the hall in the kitchen, and the rest of his family were all cracking up at him, but I had no idea because I was in the other room just sitting there doing my makeup on the couch, just chilling and relaxing. My friend Megan asked hen party abroad. Possibly, like, who knows? I don't know. I always thought like, oh, it'd be so fun to go to Ibiza and stuff, but now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't really want to. I'm like, spa weekend. But I also kind of want to do like a night out as well. Like maybe we can go for like a spa weekend somewhere that we can go out for drinks, you know. I feel like something like that'd be nice, like somewhere in the country maybe. Also like not too expensive, because I also feel bad that people have to pay to go on it, you know. I can't pay for everyone to come on my hand, so yeah, it's a bit unfair to do anything too extravagant, but absolutely want to do something fun. If anyone has any good ideas or is bet on a fun hand, let me know, because I can't wait. Will you do all the wedding planning, or will Con have a say too? I mean, he literally said to my mom, that's me done now, like I'm gonna do whatever now next. But no, he definitely is interested in it. Like he's like definitely like looking at venues, mostly like cheap venues, because he's like, that's quite good and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, that's nice, we'll see. But yeah, no, I don't think he really cares. Like I think most of it is up to me, do you get me? He's kind of, he's pretty laid back anyway. But yeah, like he'll definitely have a say, and if he wants to have a say, I'll give him a say, do you know what I mean? I'm not going to be a bridezilla. I hope. Ideal honeymoon destination. We haven't really talked about it like since we're engaged, but I feel like we've said before Italy would be good, and we've wanted to go anyway. Neither of us have been together, but we've both been separately. I've only been when I was like 10, and it was nice. I think I went to like Venice for a day, and I can't remember where else I even was, but it was really nice. I just remember eating lots, and I remember my dad put on £9 in a week or 10 days, however long we were there for. So I think it was a week, because our hotel was all inclusive, but then I think it was like all inclusive for half of it, and then we went out for like dinner at night and stuff. So I remember him eating so much. I'm not finished.
Really?
No, I'm 5 minutes away.
Okay, cool. I got a coffee and the water in the car for you.
Perfect, thank you. I actually will be less than that. But yeah, there's loads of bits of Italy that I really want to go to. I want to go to like the Amalfi Coast and stuff. So yeah, maybe. But I'm also like, God, I literally don't know how I'm going to stay for a wedding, never mind the bloody honeymoon. Like, how do people go away to the Maldives and stuff after their bloody wedding? I'm like, ah. But then you also only get to do it once, but then I don't want to put it off for years just to be an extra bitch, you know. I don't want to be ridiculous, but anyway, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, off the top of my head, I'd probably say Italy, because we want to go there anyway. And like, it is very nice, it's really romantic, it's really nice. Some of it is so stunning. So yeah, all of it. Like, why is COVID still here? I remember for the last few years feeling so sorry for COVID brides, and now I'm like, I'm literally probably going to be a COVID bride. Like, what the fuck? And I'm like, when are we ever going to get to have our engagement party? Because COVID is literally so bad at the moment. Like, there were 17,000 cases today, and I'm just like, So yeah, I'm hoping like Feb maybe. It's not too bad. It gives me a bit of time to get myself together. It gives me a bit of time to lose my Christmas weight before as well. So I'm not complaining. Have you started looking at dresses? I haven't at all, not even one. I don't know what I want. I'll probably look at some on Pinterest, but also I feel like I will just try them on. I think I'll have to try them on, see what suits me. I'll wait a while until I'm in like even close to wedding shape before I do that, because I think I want to feel comfortable when I go try them on. Do you get me? Like, you know, when you're trying stuff on and showing everyone, you feel like crap. Like, I really don't want that. I hate that feeling. So it won't be for a while. Have you started wedding plans? I haven't started like properly planning it, but I've definitely looked at like venues and stuff and found some nice ones. I think I want to go for either like a country house or like castle type of vibe. And I'm also like, I think winter weddings are really cute, but I heard that apparently a lot of people drop out of them because a lot of people are sick around then and stuff, and also COVID could easily still be a thing this time next year or the year after, so it's always worse in the winter as well. So the summer is a lot better in the past, so I'm sure it'll probably stay like that. So yeah, the summer people are a lot more well. They do go away on holidays though, but I feel like if you send the dates, or save the dates, if you send the dates early enough, it's fine. Because they probably won't go away if they want to go, but yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I'm probably thinking of like the summer. That's all I've really thought about. Probably summer 2023, maybe spring, I don't know. But summer is just, you can rely on the weather so much more, you know. You can do like nice outdoory bits and whatever. Like, it's really, if it was a really nice day, it'd be so cute to do like an outdoor ceremony, but then it's also miserable if it's not really nice, so it's kind of hard to know. But that's all I've really thought about, and I've looked at a couple of places and inquired at some of the ones that don't have prices up. That's all. That's it really. I need to kind of, I want to do the engagement party first, but it's not going to be anything massive. It'll probably just be a little function room somewhere, a little section somewhere. Mum and Dad offered their house as well, but we'll just see. I think it's probably easier if we just do it somewhere else, because then I don't have to clean up, and my parents don't have to clean up. I feel bad. They'll just spend the whole night cleaning, you know. So yeah, I'd rather just do that. I think there's a place you just have to pay for a few food platters, so we'll just do that. So get like a nice cake and stuff. Eve will probably make that because she's a full-on baking goddess. Like, she needs to open a bakery. So yes, I think, oh, we should have a few actually. Okay, God, there was definitely more questions than I answered. I feel like there was a few more questions, but I really do need to get going anyway, so hopefully I've answered them all. I think I probably have. There's definitely more. I remember there being more to get me from like other people, but I can't find them now, so I'll just not screenshot of them all. But yeah, I better get going because I literally have got to drop work on out. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this vid, and if you have got any more questions, or if you've got any advice for me, any advice on wedding planning, on a good wedding that you've been to, any little touches that you thought were great, let me know below or DM me on Instagram. I will be so appreciative because I've not even been to many weddings. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and love you. Like and subscribe. Bye bye.